morning class. As we have discussed about the isotopes of hydrogen as well as the physical property of hydrogen, today we will start with the preparation of hydrogen and chemical properties of hydrogen. Children, when we will talk about the preparation of hydrogen, we have two methods. One is laboratory method, that means a small amount of hydrogen is prepared in the laboratory, whereas the commercial production of hydrogen, which is going to produce a large amount of hydrogen because it's required in the industry for many of the particular purposes. So now when we will talk about the laboratory method, here I have only written the particular chemical reaction, and from the chemical reaction we learn that how it is going to be prepared. So whenever zinc granules are going to be there added into sodium hydroxide, which is dissolved in water, that means alkali, it is caustic soda, it produces sodium zincate along with hydrogen gas. And secondly, you can write that whenever zinc granules are going to be added to hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid along with zinc chloride or either with zinc sulfate, we are going to produce hydrogen gas. So that is the laboratory method for the very simple small ratio of the hydrogen. Now we will learn about the commercial product or hydrogen as a commercial product. Commercial product, that means large scale of hydrogen is going to be produced. So very first, that is our electrolysis. Now, both of the processes are related with electrolysis. So, acidified water, that means water is containing certain amount of sulfuric acid, is electrolyzed by using the platinum as electrode. This is the formation of hydrogen gas along with oxygen gas. That is a very first method. Secondly, if high purity 99.9% of hydrogen we want, then again we are using the electrolysis process of the barium chloride solution, aqueous barium chloride solution between nickel as a electrode. यहाँ पे platinum electrode है, यहाँ पे nickel electrode है. So these are the two commercial process. Third is Voss process that we learn later on. If you want to copy this, then you just moving that particular process. That means by the use of sine gas we are producing the hydrogen gas. So commercial method में दो process हैं, by the electrolysis of acidified water and by the electrolysis of aqueous barium chloride solution. When electrolysis of acidified water is there, we are using platinum as electrode, whereas when we are using the particular electrolysis of barium chloride solution is there, then we are using nickel as an electrode, and that is the particular method by which we are getting the high purity hydrogen we are getting. So that two methods are commercial, and third which is remaining, that is the Voss process. If you want to copy, then we'll move to the very third particular process. Here the third process is Voss process, or called gasification reaction, because it is obtained from coke and coal. So carbon when react with water or steam, or carbon is passed through the steam at a temperature of 1270 Kelvin in the presence of nickel catalyst. There is a formation of carbon monoxide along with H2, which is labeled as water gas, sine gas or synthetic gas. Now whatever the particular water gas is produced over here along with hydrogen, whatever the hydrogen we are getting, that is not pure. That means it contains carbon monoxide. To remove the carbon monoxide and increase the production of hydrogen, so whatever the next process which we are using, that is water gas shift reaction. That means here we are getting the higher amount of hydrogen, and instead of carbon monoxide here we are getting carbon dioxide. So what happened? Water gas is there, now react with iron chromate, that means pass through the iron chromate at a temperature of 673 Kelvin. So instead of carbon monoxide, which we are getting carbon dioxide along with hydrogen gas. So this is the water gas interaction is there. Why use then that of coal gasification? Because here we are getting the less amount of hydrogen and more amount of carbon monoxide. To remove the carbon monoxide and increase the amount of hydrogen, we are using water gas shift reaction, where we are using iron chromate as a catalyst, and the temperature which we maintain is 673 Kelvin. So that is about the Voss process or coal gasification, and the second product which we have learned it is water gas shift reaction. Now the next process is, it is also going to prepare from the hydrocarbons. That means methane. When we talked about methane, when is a combustion of methane is a form, it's a formation of carbon dioxide and water. So when we talked about the very third next process, that is known as particular partial oxidation of hydrocarbons. That means when we talked about the methane is react with hydrogen gas, oxygen gas, and it produces carbon monoxide along with hydrogen gas, and it is known as steam reforming process, where we are getting the dihydrogen from the natural gas, that is methane. So that is the fourth process, commercial process. From the hydrocarbon we are getting the hydrogen gas, children. So this is the process. If you want to copy, then copy. This is a very important process, Bosch process or cold gasification. And second is water gas shift reaction. क्यों ये यूज होता है? क्योंकि कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड को अगर रिमूव करना है, टू रिमूव, अगर पूछा जाता है व्हाई वी आर यूजिंग, सो रिमूव कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड एंड इंक्रीज द अमाउंट ऑफ hydrogen gas, we are using water gas shift reaction, where we are using iron chromate, dichromate, and we maintain the temperature 673 Kelvin. So copy this, then we are moving to the chemical property of the hydrogen gas. Here we are just learning about the chemical properties, that means chemical reaction with non-metals, that means oxygen. It is going to produce oxide with non-metal oxygen. So here we have taken the example, that is whenever hydrogen is react with oxygen, it produces water, electrolysis of water. Whenever it is react with the non-metal nitrogen, it produces ammonia in the presence of the iron as a catalyst. Temperature maintained at 673 Kelvin and 200 atmospheric pressure is the formation of ammonia. And lastly, whenever it is react with halogen halide, it is going to forming the halides, that is monoatomic halide or diatomic halide. So that is a reaction of hydrogen with non-metals. Now when we talk about the reaction of metals with hydrogen, it is going to be produce hydrides, that is sodium. Whenever react with hydrogen, it produces sodium hydride. Calcium, when react with hydrogen, it produces catholine, hydrolyte or calcium hydride. We can common name of calcium hydride is hydrolyte. So that is the hydride we have to learn next, very next. There are three types of hydrides, that is ionic hydride, metallic hydride, and interstitial hydrides. That what we have learned in the particular next lecture. Now the reaction of hydrogen with organic compounds. Vegetable oil is nothing but the hydrocarbon containing carbon and hydrogen. So whenever it reacts with hydrogen in the presence of nickel catalyst, vegetable oil now going to be converted into vegetable ghee. So this is the third particular one, chemical property or chemical reactivity of hydrogen. So you can copy three of the particular property or reactivity of the hydrogen. Then we are moving to the next particular uses of hydrogen, and then we are just learning about the hydride. Hydrides are the last topic of this chapter, children. That means reaction with non-metals, तो ऑक्सीजन के साथ वो वाटर बनाएगा. Highly exothermic reaction it is. Reaction with dinitrogen in the presence of nickel catalyst, and the temperature maintained at 673 Kelvin and the pressure is maintained 200 atmospheric pressure. So it is going to form ammonia, you can see here. And when we talked about the last, then that is the reaction of the particular metal with hydrogen with the halogen group, that is fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine, producing monoatomic halide or dihalide. So this is the reaction of dihydrogen with non-metals. Now with metals, it is going to be formed hydrides. So we have to learn about three types of hydride: ionic or saline hydride, or salt-like hydride. Second is covalent or molecular hydride, and third, that is the metallic or non-stoichiometric hydride, that what we have to learn in the next particular lecture. Now we learn about the uses of the hydrogen, where it is going to be used. So when we talked about hydrogen, hydrogen is used as a fuel, children. And when we talked about hydrogen, very simple use of it is going to form the very common alcohol family member, that is methanol. So when we talked about its uses, if you had copied this, then we are starting with its uses. It is used for manufacturing methanol. Then we are moving to the hydride. the very first family member of alcohol with one carbon and alcoholic group OH along with 3 hydrogen. So that is the very first. Then when we talked about, it is used for the building purpose. It is used for oxyacetylene flame, or we can say that oxyhydrogen flame. Then it is used for manufacturing fertilizer. It is used for making components used for fertilizer. That means हमने अभी देखा है अमोनिया है, यूरिया है, the particular one which are used as a fertilizer. तो फर्टिलाइजर के कंपोनेंट बनाने में यूज होता है. लिक्विड हाइड्रोजन इज यूज्ड एज अ रॉकेट फ्यूल. फोर्थ वन वी कैन राइट दैट लिक्विड हाइड्रोजन इज यूज्ड एज rocket fuel. So these are the fourth one. Now it is used as a reducing agent also. You can write that it is used as reducing agent. So this is the fifth of the use of this. It is going to be used as a reducing agent. It is used for the generating electrical energy in the fuel cell. So you can write that it is also used. It is used in fuel cell for generating electricity. So that is all about the uses of the hydrogen. So in the particular next lecture, we'll starting with the hydrides, type of hydride. Children, when we'll talk about the hydrides of the hydrogen, that are 3 hydrides: ionic or saline hydride. Then we have to learn about the covalent hydride, or we can say that particular hydride which is known as molecular hydride. And third, that is the non-stoichiometric or metallic hydride. So when you will talk about the ionic hydride or saline hydride, property of very first hydride. So if you have copied this, then we will learn about the very first hydride of the hydrogen. So when we talk about the type of hydride, very first is ionic hydride, then we have to learn about the covalent hydride, then we have to learn about the metallic hydride. Children, when we talk about the ionic hydride, it is also known as saline hydride or salt-like hydride. Along with that, it is also known as stoichiometric hydride. तो 4 तरीके से होता है, या तो आयनिक हाइड्राइड, या तो सलाइन हाइड्राइड, या तो सॉल्ट लाइक हाइड्राइड, क्योंकि सॉल्ट फॉर्मिंग एलिमेंट में से मिलता है. एंड द स्टोइकियोमेट्रिक हाइड्राइड व्हेन वी टॉक्ड अबाउट. देन व्हाट आर द प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ दिस आयनिक हाइड्राइड्स? सो देयर आर गोइंग टू बी फॉर्म्ड बिटवीन हाइड्रोजन एंड s block element. That means they are going to be formed between hydrogen and group 1 and group 2 element. ये जो हाइड्राइड है वो ग्रुप 1 और ग्रुप 2 के एलिमेंट के साथ ही फॉर्म होगा, नॉट अदर देन दैट. देन they are lighter in weight and covalent in nature. And next property, they are crystalline in nature. They are non-volatile, that means they are not going to easily convert into vapor. As well, they are not conducting the electricity in solid state, but whenever we are melt them, that means in the molten state, they are going to conduct the electricity. So that is about the ionic hydride. Children, that is a very important question going to be asked in 5 marks, that write the types of hydride and explain any one of the property of the ionic hydride in brief. Types of hydride in brief. उसमें आप कोई भी समझा सकते हो. पहले आयनिक हाइड्राइड है, उसको 4 तरीके से जाना है. सबसे पहला आयनिक हाइड्राइड, देन सॉल्ट लाइक हाइड्राइड, देन सलाइन हाइड्राइड एंड लास्टली स्टोइकियोमेट्रिक हाइड्राइड. अब इसकी प्रॉपर्टी की बात करते हैं तो दे लाइटर इन वेट एज वेल दे कोवैलेंट इन नेचर. Then this type of hydride is they are going to be formed between hydrogen and group 1 and group 2 elements. Then the next property is they are crystalline in nature. they are non-volatile, that means they are not going to get easily converted into vapor, and they are non-conducting about the electricity in the solid state, but in the molten state they allow the passage of electricity. So that is a property of ionic hydride. Then we will see the property of covalent hydride. Children, if you want to copy, then you can copy this. Now children will learn about the very next one, covalent hydride. It is also known as molecular hydride. They are mostly forming binary compounds containing two of the atoms inside the chemical compound along with hydrogen. So mostly they are forming the compound with non-metals which are belonging to E block, and they are volatile in nature, that means they can easily convert into the vapor. Now they are also classified as electron deficient molecular hydride, electron precise, and electron rich. So when we talked about electron deficient, group number 13 elements are going to be formed. Electron deficient hydrides, molecular hydrides, that means deficient, that means उसकी कमी है. तो जो भी सेंट्रल एटम है which containing the incomplete octet, तो उसे बोलेंगे electron deficient molecular hydride. Those type of hydride in which the central atom is containing incomplete octet, that means 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन जहाँ पे नहीं है, सेंट्रल एटम के पास कहीं ना कहीं 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन से कम इलेक्ट्रॉन है, तो वैसे टाइप के हाइड्राइड्स को हम बोलेंगे इलेक्ट्रॉन डेफिशिएंट हाइड्राइड. मोस्टली हाइड्रोजन which are going to be formed compound, binary compound or more than that compound, it is 13 elements, they are known as electron deficient molecular hydrides. Now electron rich, electron precise. Electron precise, that means now they are having the stable octet, complete octet, जिसके पास 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन है. Those central atoms which are there attached with hydrogen containing the complete octet. octet का मीनिंग हुआ जिसके पास सेंट्रल एटम के पास 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है, तो उसे हम बोलेंगे इलेक्ट्रॉन प्रिसाइज मॉलिक्यूलर हाइड्राइड. एंड द थर्ड वन मीन्स इलेक्ट्रॉन रिच. रिच का मीनिंग हुआ उसके पास कहीं ज़्यादा इलेक्ट्रॉन है, तो दोज पर्टिकुलर मॉलिक्यूलर हाइड्राइड which contain a lone pair of electrons inside in the structure, that type of hydrides are known as electron rich molecular hydride. Example है बोले तो NH3 ammonia or phosphine gas in which nitrogen containing one lone pair as well as phosphorus containing one lone pair. अगर NH3 की बात करते हैं तो यहाँ पे lone pair of electron है नाइट्रोजन के पास, उसी तरह phosphine में भी one lone pair है. Lone pair containing two electrons which are not going to take part in the reaction. As well as when we talk about water, so oxygen carrying two lone pair along with water, hydrogen sulfide in which sulfur is also containing two lone pairs. So that is all about the hydrides. Children, see the particular videos carefully so you have idea that how many particular topics we have completed already. Chapter number 9 midterm syllabus is over. So that is all which is going to be asked in your exam about the hydrides. This is the very important question which you have to learn very carefully, and now when we talk about the very next hydride, it is a metallic hydride, properties of metallic hydride. So the hydrides, metallic hydrides are also known as interstitial hydrides. That is a very last topic of this chapter. And transition metals, that is group number 3, 4, 5, they are forming the metallic hydrides. So when we talked about metallic hydrides, children, so group 6 only when we talked about, so group 3, 4, 5 and 6 they are going to form the metallic or interstitial hydride. Group number 7, 8, 9 do not form this type of hydride, and that particular gap is known as hydride gap. Wherever when we talked about the metallic hydride, group number 3, 4, 5 and 6 they are forming hydride, metallic hydride, but when we talk about group number 7 to 10 they are not forming any hydride with that particular element. So that particular gap is known as hydride gap. So when we talk about its property, metallic hydride की property पढ़ेंगे, they are interstitial in nature. That means they can occupy hydrogen atom in the interstitial side. उसकी अंदरूनी जो भी जगह है उसमें वो हाइड्रोजन को ऑक्यूपाई कर लेंगे. That are non-stoichiometric hydrides and they are having a very different temperature along with the pressure. So this hydride, they have the metallic property. All the metallic property, that means they are lustrous, they are malleable, they are ductile in nature. So when we talked about that particular, that is the very last topic of this chapter. So please kindly see the video thoroughly, so you have idea that what particular topics we have finished off for the chapter number 9, hydrogen. This is the syllabus till midterm. So see the video carefully, and please try to see the videos of chapter number 3 also, exercise also, so you have idea that what are the questions are going to be taken from the exercise also. Thank you and have a nice day, children.